Listing contacts. To list the contacts that you have selected, you only need to click either here, list contacts, or here, which is exactly the same. So in this case we have selected 100. We can click list contacts, and as you can see we have 100 also selected here. We are in the last record. Why in the last and not in the first? Because usually you're looking for someone that is new and or newer than others, so there is a better chance that you're gonna find it at the end of your list and not at the beginning. But when you do a find, like find a contact, like we explained before, and let's say that you're gonna do this selection again, the one that starts, that will give us 36. You see, so now we have 36 selected, and if we go with the navigation bar again that was already explained, it will go to the first one. So now we are in the first one of that particular list. You can use these areas that are white they can be modified without going to the record. And also we have, when we go to that record, for example, if I go to the third record here, the data changes here as appropriate. And but if you click in the yellow columns, name, last name, company name, well, then you will jump to that particular record. So I go to this one and I'm jumping to Willie. And now I'm gonna go back to the list. Okay, I'm gonna do it with this one, which is exactly the same. Other things that you can do with the list is to sort. So you can sort by company, back and forth, sort by last name, back and forth, sort by first name. And also you can do selections. So for example, whether you do it here with this black arrow, or you can do it here. So for example, I want to find people in California. Let's say that I select them all, so I have more. So I select the mall, and now I'm gonna look for California here, and I want to select from everybody people in California. So I have 21. Okay, the list. I'm gonna select them all again. I can sort by state. For example, I know that I have one in Alaska, 21 in California, and so on and so forth. I can scroll and see them all in blocks. Same thing, I can sort by phone or URL or email or main status. I can change the main status here, and which, by the way, I can add all the statuses that I would like to have. Another trick that I can do is to find, for example, let's say that I want to find people that start by A. I'm going to click the A, and I can do it from all or selected. In this case, I'm going to say all, because I have the same 100. Usually it's from selected, that's why. And then, well, I have everybody here. Obviously I could sort by first name, but let's say that I know that the last name is a B. Okay, so I could click with the shift. You see the tooltip here, shift click to do with the last name. So I'm going to click shift, and then I'm going to do it from selected, which I can click enter because it's the rightmost option. So I can click, and so again I did it, and in this case it's only 3, so very easy for me to find which one it is. But let's say there was a big list and I don't know. Still I can find by company by clicking, you see shift control. So in this case I'm gonna do it finding this one by a B, shift control from a B, from selected, boom, I have that one. Now I can go directly to this record, and that is assuming that I didn't remember. I remember very little. I remember only that the name of the person was an A, so you started it by clicking the A, etc., etc. So that's how the list view works, and of course you can explore. There are some other functionality here to omit, even select records that have or not emails. So you can select records that have an email versus records that don't have an email. Obviously sort them, etc., etc. There are too many options to actually to explore them all, but this will give you an idea of the most important ones. Also, we have here the time zone, and if it was entered, it will be easy to find which ones and how many do we have of each time zone. Very useful when you're following up with people. So just explore. Every option has its own tooltip. Okay, so it's very easy to know and explore what is the functionality of every little option here. Thanks.